This is our 4010 virtual presentations. We are group 9 and our topic is autonomous vehicles. So to begin, autonomous vehicles are a new and developing technology that allows a vehicle to have automated features like self-driving, cruise control, auto braking, traffic alerts, self-park, etc. While the technology has been introduced since the 1980s, we are just now seeing them on our roads as they have gone through so much development and testing. As of right now, there are no legally operating fully autonomous vehicles in the United States and probably won't be for a while. This is because the technology is still developing and would cause a major shift in the way we operate vehicles. We currently see the basic features on the roads, such as cruise control and auto braking, but we're expected to see fully automated vehicles like self-driving cars by 2025. However, there is no guarantee that they will be offered for purchase. The current problem with this technology is the rise of questions regarding security, ethics, and privacy that we will discuss in greater detail along with the benefits of autonomous vehicles. So what is an autonomous vehicle? An autonomous vehicle can be described as a self-driving car that uses sensors to become self-aware of the environment it is in. They use a method called machine learning, which is an algorithm that collects data as a car is used and uses that data to learn about the road, its surroundings, the passenger, and so on. And with this learning, the car ultimately gets smarter and becomes more efficient. The system is extremely sophisticated, and due to its complexity, this type of car has yet to hit major markets because of how much more the car needs to learn before it is fully capable of driving itself. As of right now, the market has forms of self-driving cars, such as Tesla. However, they still depend on the driver itself to navigate on the road. One major concern related to autonomous vehicles is hackers, since the car operates on technology. Autonomous vehicles can be hacked just like any other computing device. Since they solely depend on technology to operate, security becomes a major concern, and that can be considered a flaw in the technology and does not put a lot of trust for the buyer, since a security breach can risk the lives of a passenger or a bystander. It seems that this concern is still a work in progress in the technology, and it is still unknown how secure the cars will be in this aspect. Our research shows that companies have amped up their research in the subject. However, reaching 100% security is still uncertain.
A major concern related to the development of autonomous vehicles is patent laws. Current patent laws can't protect AI systems because getting a patent can be extremely difficult without giving a specific enough description of the functions of the AI system, and can prove even more difficult given the time requirement to secure a patent, a process that can take years. And because this technology is continuously evolving, determining who the inventor can also prove a challenge. It can also make it even more difficult for companies seeking to get involved in AI due to the severe limitations.
Autonomous vehicles open a lot of questions about ethics and criminal accountability, a major one being who will be responsible in the case of a car accident, since the car is the one using its technology to self-drive and there is no one physically operating the vehicle. Let's say the car had a mechanical failure and hit a pedestrian. Who will be the one held responsible for the accident? Is it the car, the passenger, or the pedestrian? Along with that, because of the mechanical failure, what is the car supposed to do? A human in this scenario would be able to swerve the car or slam on the brake, but who is to know what the technology would do since it controls itself? There remains a lot of uncertainty related to ethical issues, laws, and accountability, since this territory is uncharted and extensive research still remains, and laws need to be reformed to include self-driving autonomous vehicles.
Criminal accountability also comes into question as autonomous vehicles continue to develop. Drivers become less engaged in the concept of driving to the point that intoxicated drivers and drivers sleeping at the wheel may not be liable for their actions. Insurance laws would also be affected due to the industry being reliant on accidents due to human error. They would need to begin implementing new limits and exclusions to counter.
Autonomous vehicles cause privacy concerns because of the large amount of data collection that's necessary for the vehicle to function properly. There's many sensors on the vehicle that collect a large amount of environment data, and it's very difficult to fully understand how this data is being used by the car manufacturer. This could potentially lead to invasive advertising as well as the potential for the selling of data to third parties. To combat this issue, some states like California and Michigan are attempting to resolve this issue by passing state laws that require the manufacturers to disclose how the environment data is being used by the autonomous vehicle. Other solutions for many of these privacy concerns include like anonymizing the data, even though there's some new algorithms coming out that could potentially de anonymize data. And then, like we discussed in our book, a lot of people aren't informed on privacy issues that surround autonomous vehicles. So, the, the big deal here is to increase awareness of data collection with this new technology and how this impacts their privacy and whatnot. Safety is the primary concern of developers when they're designing implementations of autonomous vehicles because they have to ensure that the vehicle and all of its passengers remain safe in a large variety of situations that can occur on the open road. And this is the primary challenge with the new technology. And some ways to help with safety, there's a concept called the safe state that autonomous vehicles can use, which is a abstract idea of determining acceptable risk conditions on the road for passengers and surrounding road users. The autonomous vehicle uses this safe state to continuously monitor the current risks and conditions of the road it's driving on, and then it determines its safety threshold, which is usually developed by the manufacturers. And that kind of varies from manufacturer to manufacturer, but it's basically just a robust system. Like there's one that uses error codes that tells like the AV to return to a maintenance station at reduced speeds, for example. And it's just an overall comprehensive guidance system that can encapsulate a variety of situations that a vehicle may encounter on the open road. And so, with that in mind, designing these systems with this level of safety means that progress is slow because it's very difficult to anticipate all types of situations that a vehicle gets in. Like, there's just a variety of accidents, and there's different types of vehicles on the road. So, it's a big challenge, but it benefits end users because this ensures that these autonomous vehicles are as safe as possible when navigating extensive road networks.
Traffic congestion is the phenomenon where vehicles drive at slower speeds, trips take longer, and rates of vehicular queuing increase. 94% of accidents are the result of human error. Autonomous vehicles are equipped with better visibility and reaction time compared to normal vehicles, which is why it is believed that through the use of these vehicles, human error can be removed from driving altogether, thus reducing congestion.
With this level of safety, we see some benefits from autonomous vehicles like the reduction of traffic congestion. Uh, People in America spend on average of 6.9 billion hours a year sitting in traffic, and this can be effectively reduced with autonomous vehicles because there's no human error with the vehicle, and they also have better visibility than humans do. So that means less time that commuters have to spend on traffic because these robust guidance systems can maintain smooth traffic flow, which reduces issues like the rubber banding effect and reduces the amount of car crashes on the open road.
Another positive aspect is with the reduction of traffic congestion, people will save more time and less cars will be present on the roads. With less cars, CO2 emissions are projected to fall by 60%.
Another thing self driving cars can do is save the buyer money. Since the car is self aware and drives itself, human error is basically eliminated, and because of this, car accidents are predicted to go down, including medical bills and other repair costs. Along with that, most of the self driving cars are either electric or hybrids, so the cost of gas will either be eliminated completely or will become significantly less. An example of this is Tesla. While Teslas may not be 100% autonomous, they are still close and are fully electric cars, so they require no gas whatsoever. In conclusion, autonomous vehicles are a rising technology where a self driving car seems to be the future for vehicles, using machine learning to get smarter and more self aware. But with this new technology comes concerns related to ethics, security, and privacy that are not just minor concerns. There still remains a lot of uncertainty and poses many questions about the safety of the technology and how the passenger and pedestrians can still be protected, such as who will be accountable in an accident, how much data is being collected, is the vehicle susceptible to computer hackers, etc. On the other hand, the technology also comes with many benefits that could outweigh the negatives, such as less human error, reduced traffic congestion, reduced CO2 emissions, and less costs. In conclusion, autonomous vehicles are a vast concept with much research still being done.